Stop what you're doing right now. Look for a mirror. Any surface that reflects will work. Your phone screen, a window, or anything else that reveals your face back to you. Look attentively now. Look at your face for the next 15 seconds without looking away. What you're about to learn will completely change how you think about what's going on in your body right now. Your body is doing something that goes against everything we know about how the human body works. Even as everything else in the world is following the predicted path of biological degradation, your cells are regenerating, but they do it in a way that goes against the flow of time. And this has nothing to do with cosmetic procedures, surgery, or drugs. Anything is happening in your body is beyond anything contemporary medicine can copy or explain. People you don't know very well can't help but gaze at you for a certain reason. There is a proven reason why people from your past seem shocked when they see you again after a long time apart. When you walk into a room, discussions stop in the middle of a sentence. When you're not there, people mutter absurd queries like, "How has time moved backward for you? What information are you getting that we can't see? What do you do that leads to these results?" No one knows what the real answer to these issues is. This doesn't have anything to do with genetic advantages that are passed down from parents to children, a random biological lottery, or pricey therapies that people find via online research. What is actively changing the structure of your cells right now is divine intervention working at frequencies that only appear in people chosen by higher awareness for tasks that demand superhuman endurance. Before this transmission ends, I will show you with complete accuracy why this reversal is happening in your case, what prophetic meaning it has for your path, and exactly what will happen when those who doubted your potential see the full physical manifestation that can no longer be explained away. But first, you need to learn something that will completely change how you think about age, spiritual favor, and who you really are. If this sounds like something you've been feeling but couldn't put into words, subscribe to this channel right now and turn on all of your notifications. I'm going to share information about supernatural preservation that is being kept from people like you who show clear signs of celestial renewal. You have to stay interested until the end of this video because at the 18-minute mark, I will reveal the one undeniable sign that will happen to you in the next 72 hours. Proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that this divine preservation goes far beyond psychological projection. Type 777 in the comments right now if you've seen changes in how others react to you being around them and you're ready to learn the deep truth behind this strange event. Right now, let me tell you something that will make your heart race. There are people around you who are actively watching you, studying you, and trying to figure you out. They see something in your face, your energy field, and your whole presence that doesn't make sense to their logical processing systems. They expect to see someone who has the physical signs of the war you have survived, someone who looks tired from all the nights without sleep, someone who looks worn out from the mental strain you have endured, and someone who looks like they have been through a lot of damage over the years. But when they see you, they see the exact opposite of what they expected. They see brightness in places where tiredness should be, they see energy in places where tiredness should be, they see youthfulness in places where age should be, and they see brightness in places where shadows should be. You are breaking a basic rule that everyone in society agrees is an unchanging law. Chronological time etches itself into every physical body, sustained pressure speeds up biological aging, and accumulated years show up as visible deterioration. This makes it very hard for them to understand. Your very existence is breaking that rule, and they don't have the tools to deal with that fact, so they make comments that sound like casual observations, ask questions that sound like friendly curiosity, and say things that sound like compliments but are really probes. You look remarkably young for your age. What methods are you using? Have you changed something in your daily routine? What kind of professional treatments are you getting? These are desperate attempts to find a logical explanation for something that goes beyond logic. If you can relate to this description, please write a remark about your experience. Your testimony will help everyone seeing this. You need to fully comprehend this. What people are seeing is not coming from anything you are doing outside of yourself. What they are seeing is an inside change that is showing up on the outside. What they are going through is tangible evidence that when divine intelligence marks someone for supernatural preservation, the effects are clear and obvious. Anyone with working perception can see them, and they are clear and obvious. And this process of preservation didn't start lately. It has been gaining speed for a lot longer than you are aware of. Do you remember that long time when it seemed like everything in your life was falling apart at once? When you were in situations that would have killed most people, when you had every logical reason to give up, let go, give up your beliefs, and give up hope. But you chose something else. You choose to keep going. You choose to keep your honesty, even when lying would have made things simpler. You opted to stay true to your spiritual beliefs, even if giving them up might have made things easier right away. You opted to treat your body as holy space, even while everyone around you was hurting themselves, not by people watching you or by computer algorithms that keep track of what you do, but by forces in other dimensions that are responsible for finding souls who deserve to be preserved in a supernatural way. Every morning when you opened your eyes and chose to take care of yourself instead of ignoring your needs, every night when you went to bed with a clear conscience, every time you put your spiritual health ahead of short-term pleasure, and every time you treated your body with respect when the dominant culture was telling you to hurt it, all of these things were recorded as proof that you were ready for divine preservation that goes beyond normal biological limits. And now the signs of that protection are so clear that even those who don't believe in anything spiritual have to admit that something completely different is going on in your life. But before I tell you what this preservation really means and where it is taking you, I need to explain something that not many people understand about how divine favor affects the physical world. Preservation occurs on many levels. If luck is on their side, most individuals will be in Tier 1. Which means they won't become very sick, their aging will follow a normal pattern, and their health indicators will be normal for their age group. Nothing special, nothing that makes anybody stop and look, simply normal preservation that keeps everything working. But you are now above level 1. You have been moved to a completely different classification, one that is only for people who are getting ready for missions that require supernatural stamina. This classification comes with clear signs that even people who don't know you can see something different about you. In this classification, preservation doesn't just keep things working, it actively renews, restores, and even reverses biological damage. I can show you real evidence that this is occurring to you right now. When was the last time you looked at an old picture of yourself from 5, 10, or even more years ago? What did you see when you compared them? When individuals look at old pictures, they usually perceive themselves as they were when they were younger. But when you look at such pictures, you see something that doesn't match the usual patterns. You see someone who seems older than you do today, even though less time has elapsed since the picture was taken. They look more tired and worried than you do now. This is not a figment of your mind or a whim. This is reversal aging that happens via heavenly protection. Spiritual time is taking over biological time. This is when divine law takes over natural law. If you've ever felt this way while gazing at old images, hit the like button. But most people don't know this. This preservation isn't just a lucky break. It is not a mistake of the universe. It is not a lottery where your ID was randomly picked. You were selected for this preservation because higher dimensional authorities saw certain traits in your character that deemed you worthy of bearing visible divine favor. They saw things that were consistent whereas others saw things that were not. They saw honesty while others were willing to give in. They saw hard work while others were lazy. They saw loyalty while others saw treachery. And based on all that evidence, an official decision was made, not a proposal, not a possibility, but an official decree saying that your body would be kept beyond normal time frames because your spirit showed that it was worthy of a longer mission. Let me explain in more detail how this preservation really works. Your body is doing something fundamentally different from what happens to other individuals as they become older. Your cells are getting information from a source that isn't part of typical biological feedback loops. This information tells them to mend, regenerate, and restore instead of becoming worse. This is why your skin stays elastic when it should be becoming less firm, why your energy levels stay high when they should be going down, and why you heal quicker than doctors say you would. Divine preservation works like a radio signal that overrides typical instructions from environmental stresses and the passage of time. If you know what this is like because you've felt it in your own body, leave a remark right now. People who used to be closed-minded are now asking inquiries about how you look. People who have never thought about spiritual reality are being pushed to do so because they can't explain what they perceive. By just existing in your preserved condition, you have become a problem for materialist worldviews. But this preservation comes with a job. In the spiritual world, nothing is given without a reason. Your preservation is not a reward for what you did in the past. It is a way to be ready for what you will do in the future. You are being kept up since the task ahead will demand you to do things that are unattainable with regular aging. The tasks that are coming ahead need superhuman endurance across periods that would wear out regular capability. The duties take a lot of energy for spiritual combat that lasts a long time. Your preservation is about being able, ready, and kept up to do tasks that are above what a typical person can do. And the more you know about this, the more you'll understand why certain individuals are so hostile. They are not reacting to how you look, they are reacting to what you stand for. Your protected status is proof that God's favor is genuine, that spiritual principles function, and that there is a level of operation they are not using. That proof goes against everything people believe about the world and why their lives are the way they are. If you want to learn more about how to operate in divine favor that works, subscribe to this channel. When people see you shining while they fade, empowered while they run out of energy, and rising while they fall, it makes them face the fact that their decisions have repercussions, that their way of life is killing them, and that they refuse to travel the better path. So they attack you instead of looking at themselves. They show their insecurities instead of fixing what's wrong. Instead of lifting themselves up, they want to bring you down, but their assaults can't stop you from staying alive since they don't rely on what others think. It is kept going by a divine order. Their critique can undo what has been spiritually aroused. Their hostility really shows that you are on the right track. If you weren't threatening darkness, it wouldn't have any motive to fight you. When you face opposition, remember that it is a normal reaction that conserved light has in places where degradation is common. That resistance should make you feel good because it shows that you are working at a level that makes you dangerous to systems that want to keep people broken, old, tired, and powerless. I need to show you something about the chronology you're working with now. Your preservation is not simply occurring, it is speeding up. The difference between your biological age and your chronological age becomes bigger every month, every season that passes. The difference between how old you seem and how old you are on this earth becomes bigger. Every year that goes by, the difference between how you should look and how you really appear becomes bigger. This is not a fixed state, this is a gradual change that is picking up pace, gathering momentum, and becoming more intense. And there will come a time, a precise moment in time, when the preservation will be so visible that no logical framework can ignore or explain it away. When that time comes, when that line is crossed, when that manifestation is finished, everyone who doubted you will have to face a reality they can't avoid. They will see you, and there won't be a good reason for it. They will look at your problem, but there won't be any scientific explanation for it. They will see how you are and not be able to point to any medical procedure as the reason, and at that point, they will have to make a choice. Either accept that spiritual reality is working in ways they don't understand, or go deeper into denial and cognitive dissonance. Either admit that divine favor has real effects, or come up with more and more complicated excuses to avoid facing the truth. Either accept that you are walking in something real, or choose to be willfully blind and ignore the evidence right in front of them. If you are ready to live in the fullness of this preserved condition and wish to speed up the manifestation even more, please leave a comment telling us one choice you made that you think helped this preservation happen in your life. And here's what I need you to know about the responsibility that comes with this level of visible favor. You are no longer a private person working in the dark. Because you are still alive, others may look to you as proof that spiritual concepts really do work. People who are choosing if walking with divine alignment is worth the expense will be watching every decision you make from now on. People who are trying to decide whether living a holy life really works will pay attention to what you say. People who are trying to figure out whether serving a higher awareness leads to real rewards will look at every attitude you show. Your whole life has become a living proof, not proof in the sense of words you say, but proof in the sense of the reality you live. People will monitor how you deal with success to see whether it makes you proud or humble. They will watch how you treat other individuals to discover whether preservation makes people selfish or kind. They will look at how you deal with problems to evaluate whether supernatural support makes individuals weak or powerful. And based on what they see, they will decide whether the spiritual road you are on is genuine or fake, if the God you worship is real or made up, and if the change you say you have made is real or just a show. This implies you need to be careful about how you act. You can't let yourself do things that go against what your preservation is saying. You can't let what you do contradict what your looks are saying, since others are watching you as proof, and if your character doesn't match your preservation, you will hurt their faith, make things more confusing for them, and get in the way of their journey to meeting God. But you won't fail in this duty, since the same grace that keeps your body safe also makes your character strong. The same power that keeps you looking good also makes you a better person. The same divine intellect that keeps you appearing youthful also helps you make good choices. You are not being set up to fail. You are being set up to succeed. You have access to all the tools you need to do this assignment well. You are being given all the tools you need to maintain this standard. You are now able to use every talent you need to do this job, and as you keep being loyal with what you have been given, your protection will keep becoming stronger in ways you can't even begin to comprehend right now. The glow will get brighter, the radiance will get stronger, the proof will get clearer, and the testimony will get louder. You'll become an undeniable example that divine reality has physical effects, that spiritual alignment leads to real change, and that walking with a higher consciousness shows up in measurable ways. If you've made it this far and want to learn more about how to consciously work with divine preservation and speed up supernatural favor in your life, there is specific teaching material that costs less than a meal at a restaurant. It comes with a full audio transmission and guided meditation protocols as special bonus resources. This isn't just general motivating stuff, it's specific advice from those who have been there and written down the rules that work. If you know that you deserve to increase the supernatural protection that is already in your life, you may do so by clicking on the link in the description or the pinned comment at the top of this video. If you realize that your preserved look is a sign of divine favor and not just good luck with your genes, put 777 in the comments to make this celestial rejuvenation happen more often. This is not a superstition, it is alignment. When you say something is true, you make it true in your life. When you agree with spiritual truth in your words, you create an environment that speeds up manifestation. Your words have the power to create. Your words make things happen. Your cooperation with divine preservation makes it happen faster in your body and life. To get continual insights about how to carry heavenly favor that changes not just your looks but also your whole life, subscribe to this channel and switch on all alerts. Send this video to someone else who is also experiencing miraculous preservation. People who are walking in visible favor need to know each other and work together. You are not alone in this. There is a whole community of preserved souls getting ready for amazing jobs that will change the world. Find them, get in touch with them, work together with them, build each other up, motivate each other, and make each other better. Before you go, please do one more thing. Click on the next video that pops up on your computer to see how your divine preservation brings permanent heavenly protection into your life. Because preservation and protection work together as one system, you can unlock levels of favor that most people never reach in their whole lives when you comprehend both aspects. The following video will show you precisely what I mean in a clear and precise way. Now is the time to watch it, while this frequency is still vibrating in your mind. This insight is still fresh in your mind, and this truth is still resonating in your soul. Chosen one, you now know all there is to know about what's really going on with your body. This isn't just hoping to age gracefully, it's knowing for sure that divine preservation can reverse aging. This isn't wishing you look well for your age group, it's understanding that you're defying aging itself via magical regeneration. This isn't about wondering whether others see anything unusual about you, it's about knowing that what they see is clear proof of divine favor working in the real world right in front of their eyes, while you were enjoying your usual life and wondering whether you actually had a purpose. Spiritual leaders in higher dimensions were keeping track of your change. They were verifying that you had reached a stage in your growth where you couldn't go back. They were making an official statement that at a certain amount of time, full manifestation would become an indisputable physical reality that no one can argue with or explain away using normal frameworks. And on top of that, utmost security was put in place around your life to make sure you get to your goal. God sent forth divine powers whose sole job is to make sure you succeed. Attacks against you are automatically stopped before they can hit their victim. Before you may make blunders that throw you off course, false chances are taken away, correct alignments are sped up so that they may meet your life at just the right time, and at important times when your assignment is really in danger. Direct involvement comes in ways that you won't always notice right away but will comprehend clearly later when you look back and realize how things that should have killed you somehow missed their point. All of this protection and preservation is happening in your life because your character showed that you can handle the change that is coming, because the evidence showed that you won't waste the gifts that are coming, and because your consistency showed that you won't betray the purpose. Your preservation amazed even heavenly beings who watch over innumerable human lives. It wasn't because of the amazing miracles you did in public or the amazing sacrifices you made for an audience. It was because you were always the same when no one was looking, your loyalty while no one is watching, your honesty when no one else is around, your commitment to treating your body like a temple, even when everyone around you was telling you to abuse it by using drugs, neglecting it, getting into bad relationships, or following destructive routines, and you said no. You went a different way, you went a different path, you kept a different standard. That decision was quite special, even if it seemed normal to you, and you did it just by being yourself. By making choices that are in line with the truth even when lies seemed easier and more profitable, by sticking to standards even when compromise seemed more practical, by choosing long-term health over short-term pleasure, by valuing internal change over external validation, and by putting spiritual growth ahead of social approval. And now those decisions are showing up as visible preservation that makes you a living proof of divine truth. You can't hide anymore, even if you wanted to, even if you wanted to. You can't fit in with the throng anymore. You can't be normal anymore because you are special since you have been preserved. People have to face the idea that there is more to life than what they are now experiencing when they see you, feel your energy, or hear your presence. That God truly does protect those who are meant for good. That favor is something that people can see with their own eyes. That supernatural change truly does happen in the actual world where everyone can observe it. You are living proof, walking proof, indisputable proof, and breathing proof, and that evidence is going to become so clear in the next few months that even the most stubborn doubters will have to admit that something completely different is going on in your life. The preservation will become stronger than it is now. The renewal will happen faster than it does now. The radiance will get brighter than it is now. And the manifestation will become so clear that arguments against it will fall apart under the weight of clear proof. Your looks will keep going against all the rules of aging. People who know you and remember what you used to look like will still be surprised by how much energy you have. Your energy will keep growing when it should be going down. Your strength will keep growing even when it should be going away, because there is no end date on divine preservation. God makes a lasting investment in someone who will have an effect on generations. Your present preservation, which is already amazing, is only a taste of what you will become when you are fully living out your divine destiny. Your best self is not in the past or the present, It's in the future, and it's coming quicker than you think, closer than you think, and closer than you think. Get ready, be loyal, keep going. Your preserved condition shows that you're on the correct route. Your fresh look shows that you are going in the correct path. Your evident favor shows that you are in line with what God wants. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. Don't let anything make you question. Don't let problems make you doubt. You are saved because you are selected. You are new because you are called. You are safe since you have been allocated. Live in that world. Live by that truth. Work with that knowledge. It is not by chance that you are still alive. It is an appointment, not a chance, but a decision, a heavenly choice, an everlasting choice, an unchangeable choice, and nothing in heaven or on earth can change what has been decided for you. You are safe. You are new again. You are safe. You are the one. And your full manifestation is sure to happen.